Alright guys, so today I'm going to be doing a little bit different kind of a video. So about 2 months ago, I got into a car crash. I totaled my Chevy Trailblazer. That's ultimately what led into me getting the Tacoma faster than what I was planning to. So I'm just going to kind of explain to you what happened, and then I'll kind of tie it all in, right? Of why I'm telling you guys this. So I was leaving for work, and I live down some curvy back roads. Speed limit's like 45, 50 miles per hour or so. And granted, it was in the middle of the day, bright, sunny day, right? It's not crappy weather or anything. So I was going down this windy road, as I do every day, and it is a 2-lane road with opposite traffic and a yellow line dividing, so this way and coming this way, right? 1 lane of traffic in each. So I was driving down, I'm driving down this way, and there's like little neighborhoods, back road neighborhoods or whatever, dirt roads, and there was a guy here ahead of me as I'm coming around here, and he had pulled out right in front of me to head in the direction I was coming from. He did it the last second, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna crash. Here it is. And so I'm probably 25 feet from him at this point, and I accepted, okay, we are going to crash. I don't know if you guys believe in God or not. I certainly do, and all credit to him. So as we were going to crash, you guys might think it's weird or whatever, but this is real to me, so I'm here to tell you guys what happened. So, heading toward him, getting ready to crash, and just because he's basically in the middle of the road at this point. I have nowhere to go. My brakes are slammed down all the way, but, 25 feet, you can't stop going that fast. So, anyways, I'm going to him. My tires are screeching, everything, and God had told me, you're going to be okay. Just hang on. And then instantly all my fear went away, and we crashed really hard. It hurt really bad. And we'd both blown off into the side of the road. My vehicle went about 40, 45 feet off of the road into the woods. His went about 25 feet off of the road. And, so anyways, obviously I'm fine. Ultimately, the other guy ended up being fine. There was some alcohol on his end. He shouldn't have been driving, but he was. Yeah, so my car finally came to a stop. There was smoke and whatever else all over filling the cab of my Trailblazer. I hear a psst noise. I don't know what it is. I'm thinking, okay, well, I think I'm okay, but I'm like panicking because I hear this stuff. I see all the clouds or whatever in my car. So I'm thinking, okay, I got to get out of here. I don't know what that is. So I need to get out of here. So I was thinking, okay, just unbuckle and open the door. And I could not get that door open. It was smashed shut. So I'm like, okay, next thing. I have a glass breaker tactical flashlight. I always carry in my right pocket. So even with all the adrenaline pumping and everything, I was able to gather myself and think, okay, what do I need to accomplish and how do I accomplish it? Panicking, trying to do everything at once is getting me nowhere. Okay, I need to get out of the vehicle. How do I need to do this? Okay, I'm going to break the window. Okay, grab flashlight. This is a Nightcore P12 GT flashlight. Now, I will say I no longer carry this flashlight, and I will get into that. So I grab this thing in a full grip, okay? And I'm unbuckled, but I'm still sitting in the driver's seat. I'm the only one in my vehicle. He was the only one in his vehicle. So from sitting down, I'm trying to smash my driver's side window. I put everything I can into it. 7, 8, 9 strikes, all within same quarter size area. I could see little chips of glass breaking off, but I could not break this glass. With everything that I could give, sitting down, I could not break it. So then I'm like, wow, that's okay. Hopefully I'm going to get out of here one way or another. Like, I have my pistol. I'll shoot through this glass into the dirt if that's what I need to do to get out. Because all the smoke. But I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try going through another door first. So I opened up the passenger side door. I take my EDC backpack. Still the same stuff that I've been showing you guys that I've carried in my last videos. I throw out my backpack just onto the ground out there. And I pull myself out of the car. I put on the backpack. And I walk up to the other man's car. At this point, there's a FedEx lady who was actually behind that man when he pulled out in front of me. So she saw the whole thing happen. She's trying to get his door open to see if he's okay or whatever. So I go over there with my backpack. The FedEx lady and I both grab his driver's side door and break it to get it off, or open rather. We could see he was in shorts. He had, all we could really see though is his legs were all cut up and his arms were as well. So there was airbags all over the place. So I'm thinking, okay, we need to get these airbags out of the way. Okay, I have a pocket knife. Carry it again in my right pocket. I pull it out, pop the airbags, and I can kind of tuck them up out of the way. I'm like, okay, now I can actually see the guy. Is he alive? Is he whatever, right? I can actually assess the situation. Notice he was okay. He was not talking. He was really shaken up. He wouldn't respond when we were talking to him. He was like looking around, just completely dazed. He had some pretty good cuts on him though. It was a hot day. He had shorts and a short sleeve shirt. So the FedEx lady and I pulled the guy out of his car, and we helped walk him up to kind of the edge of the road, just getting him away from the vehicles. At this point, like, I'm not really heard anything major, like burns and stuff from the airbags and stuff, but I didn't even know at that point. My adrenaline was still high. I'm just saying, okay, I gotta help this man. So we set the guy on the ground. I take my EDC backpack, lay it on the ground, open it up, pull out my first aid kit. Open up my first aid kit because he has some pretty decent sized gashes from whatever in the crash. Kind of all over his arms and legs. So I'm like, hey, we just need to start trying to kind of patch this guy up a little bit. So I pulled out my first aid kit, and as I was getting ready to start patching the guy up, there happened to be some people drive by in a truck, a man and a woman, and they'd stop saying, hey, do you guys need some help? I'm a nurse, the lady said. I said, yes, if you would come over here. So she came over here to us, and I handed her my first aid kit, and I had gloves right there in the top. So that's the first thing, so people can put those on before doing anything else, and had everything laid out nicely for her. And she was just asking, you know, I need some gauze, I need this, that, tape. So I was just able just to hand her whatever she asked for at that time until paramedics arrived, you know, like 7 minutes later or whatever. Anyways, so going on, he's fine, I'm fine. He got more medical attention afterward or whatever. But the whole point of this video is to recognize your EDC gear, right? It's important, extremely important to carry tools. Tools meaning that could be your backpack, just whatever your EDC is. It's important to carry it, okay? And number two, knowing that it's actually going to work, right? This flashlight let me down, okay? Now, disclaimer with this flashlight, this was my EDC flashlight for 3 years. I used it every day. But the one time I truly needed it, it failed on me. I could not break the window. And not only that, it stopped working. Okay? Well, let me show you. See if I can zoom in here. Alright guys, sorry. I got a phone call in the middle of this. Okay. So let me zoom in here. So this is the flashlight. It obviously has a bezel here, right? That's what it's supposed to look like. After me trying to escape the car, this is what it ended up looking like. All the anodizing is blown off of it. The metal's rolled over to the side. The corner's completely smashed in flat. Again, that's what it should look like. That's what it is now. As kind of a testament to how hard and how many times I had to hit that window and still did not break the window, but broke my flashlight. It doesn't even turn on anymore. I did love this flashlight. I really did. For me to carry anything for 3 years is crazy without changing it. But now I carry a different flashlight now because of that. Because when I really needed it, it did not help me. So, the next day after the crash, I went to the junkyard or whatever it is that they take crashed vehicles to get my stuff out of my Trailblazer. And when I was there, I brought this same flashlight along with a pen and asked them, I'm like, hey, do you mind? I told him that I tried to break this window and I could not get out. I'm like, do you mind if I try smashing a window again to see if I can break it? You know, maybe I was just acting weird or whatever and just wasn't able to that day. He didn't let me smash my own window because insurance reasons or whatever, but he's like, yeah, go smash that car's window. I don't know what kind of car it is. I didn't really care. I just wanted to see. Now, granted, this was me standing on the outside of this car. Same grip, same flashlight, but I'm standing up. I can put my whole torso into it, my arms, my shoulders, my hips, everything giving me power to smash this window. Whereas before, when I was actually in the crash, I was sitting down like this, right? But this is fully putting all of my body into it. I was able to break the window, but it took 7 or 8 hits, and that's fully everything I had. 7 or 8 hits to break it. So I'm like, wow, that is crazy, because there's no way that I can produce that kind of power sitting down as I could standing up. So, out of curiosity, I'm like, okay, well, I always carry a tactical pen, right? So I brought this one. This is a reputable manufacturer. This is a Smith & Wesson pen, okay? Now, I took this thing, thumb over the back, same motion, standing up, just testing it out after the crash. All my body, everything into it. I struck a different window 7, 8, 9 times with this pin, same area, could not break that window. In fact, I don't know if this is going to show up, but I'll try. You can see that tip is all flat. That was a nice, fine point. It's flattened it. Flattened it, scratched it up, and just rolled over the metal. It just like smush it down, right? I mean, it literally looks like I just was holding it like this and hitting it with a hammer and just smashing the top flat. Never was able to break the window with this. And up until that point, I felt confident. I'm like, if I ever need to break glass, I'm going to be able to. I have a glass breaker flashlight and a pen. That's not going to be a problem. The flashlight failed me in the moment, and out of curiosity, I tested the pin the day after, and that failed me too. So guys, I just really, the whole purpose of this video is to stress the importance of having an EDC kit, right? That's on body and off body. I actually used both of them that day. Some of it let me down and some of it came in handy. I wasn't planning to get in a car crash. I wasn't planning to use my first aid kit. I wasn't planning to use my knife to cut out airbags to get someone out. I wasn't planning to try and smash a window. But all of those things were attempted within that short few minutes, right? That crash, whenever I was getting ready to help bandage that guy up, that was not a life or death medical situation, but he had some pretty good blood coming out of his appendages. Just kind of wanted to stop it, obviously. But that could have easily been a life or death emergency. That's so crazy. Like, I carry tourniquets and plenty of gauze and tape and a bunch of that stuff, right? Luckily, I didn't need to that degree. But if I did, I feel confident that we would have been able to help hold over the guy long enough until paramedics arrived. And that's important. Extremely important. Because this just kind of helped clean the guy up, get him a little bit more prepared for the paramedics, what we did. But if it would have been a larger degree emergency with him, he might not have, that literally could have been the difference between life and death for him, with what my first aid kit was able to do. If I didn't have it and it was a worse situation, he very easily could have died. Anyways, guys, you never know when this stuff's going to happen. Nobody plans. No one expects this stuff just to happen, I should say. It's important, guys. Have an EDC. Make sure it's working. You know, I've had full confidence that this stuff is going to work, and it didn't. Some of it didn't. Carry your EDC. And also the importance of being consistent with where and how you carry it. Okay? My adrenaline was skyrocketing. My adrenaline's actually pumping right now just talking about it. But in the moment, like, gross motor skills is all you have. You're not thinking as clearly as you normally would. But I always carry. I always know exactly where all of my EDC is, both in my backpack and also on my person. So I was thinking, okay, I need to smash a window. Flashlight, right side. Okay, I need a pocket knife, right side. The consistency of that, where I'm not trying to, I'm like, oh, did I leave it at home? Did I put it in the center console? Is it in my left pocket? Is it in my back pocket? I didn't have to think about any of that because that would have completely thrown me off. It was just a muscle memory thing at that point, just being consistent with it, with where I carry it, how I carry it. So since then, I did get a new pin. It had some good reviews. It has like a tungsten tip or whatever on it. I have not yet had the opportunity to test this as a glass breaker. I do plan to do that at some point. I just need to figure out basically a car window I can smash. So whatever that looks like, but that is something that I'm looking into with this new pin because I actually want to validate that it's actually going to work. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to share with you guys. Take it or leave it, you know, just kind of wanted to let you guys know what's been up and that I was grateful to have my EDC, both for the stuff that helped me, but also exposing weaknesses that I had in my EDC. So anyways, thanks guys.